made it safely as whoever was with Rexa that shot that dart left when she disappeared through the unknown time portal. I got your call now. Is that who I think it is? Asked Soul Forger when she met them in a tent outside of town and were trying to use their medical skills to keep Vel awake. It's Vil. We found her just as she was being chased by assassins who we think were sent by time fixers, said Tempest Shadow, as Soul Forger approached the bed where Vel was breathing heavily and Princess Twilight showed her the dart. She was hit with this during our attempt to rescue her by an unknown attacker who we couldn't see. She's been poisoned. Yes, I know about this poison, but I don't have the experience to make the antidote, said Soul Forger, before turning to Princess Twilight. She began whispering to her. I think I know who might know the antidote, but we have to wait until we return to our own time to get it. Well, we'll have to do it soon. According to Rexa, this poison is so deadly to her kind she won't last until sunup, said Princess Twilight, who didn't want to lose a life because of her being unable to spot another assassin. Sunup? That deadly, huh? Then we'll have to leave right away, said Soul Forger before turning to Tempest Shadow. We won't be able to get her to the antidote until we get back to our own kind. Prepare a medical wagon for her to ride in. I'm afraid she'll stay unconscious until she's cured of this poison, and that won't help her condition at all. Okay, said Tempest Shadow before they got Vel ready to bring her back with them to the present. I can't believe the ones who would prevent her surviving becoming abnormally were a bunch of hired assassins, thought Soul Forger, as her own team prepared Vel for travel and packed up the tent when she looked back to her prosthetic forelegs. Remind me of the old days, back when I was still very young. No, I can't dwell on that now. There's a life on the line. Upon returning to the present, Princess Twilight turned to Soul Forger while looking serious. Okay, we're back. Who do we need to call? Oh, he's already here. King Sombra, said Soul Forger, who surprised both Princess Twilight and Tempest Shadow. Yeah, this is one of the reasons I don't like to talk about my past. I can see ghosts, and Twilight has the spirit of King Sombra following her around on a leash. That is why she has the collar? Sorry, Twilight. I would have kept a secret for you, but the circumstance called for me to break your trust. It's fine. Look, I'll tell you everything about why he's with me afterwards, Tempest, said Princess Twilight before growing serious. I'm guessing you need him to be alive to create the cure, right? Yeah, he's more skilled at dark magic, as he's used it nearly his whole life, but it'll be useful in getting the ingredients for the antidote, said Soul Forger, who was now acting her part of leader. I assume your reasons for working with him might help. Yes, and I have a deal going with him that would work, said Princess Twilight before summoning King Sombra's spirit. Look, I know we still have that deal, so would you still agree to the terms, even if I do finish the vow and bring you back to life? The only reason I want to bring you back to life right now is to save the life of a child.
I see. Okay, but on a condition that give me a chance afterwards, and you or these witnesses can't tell the royal sisters that you brought me back to life unless it means your very own life is threatened, said
King Sombra, who was actually waiting for this moment.
I have no reason to break the trust I'm forming with her right now, nor any time in the future. If I were to do as she demands and save this child, I would score some points with my daughter.
Okay, get ready, said Princess Twilight before searching through her dark magic power that she had inherited from King Sombra, found it and cast it with all the power she needed for it, which surprisingly didn't leave her exhausted. Just then King Sombra appeared before them in his king's armor, but without the cape, but without his mane being made of dark magic, as he said as he smiled to his daughter.
Thank you. It's so dull being dead.
King Sombra then turned to look at Val, then pointed his horn into the ground to summon these dark magic tendrils that seemed to be pulling this green liquid out of the ground and shot it at Val's wound. Val gasped in pain, but then relaxed before going to sleep.
There, the poison should fade from her system on its own. After that, she's just sleeping now and should awaken in the morning tomorrow very healthy.
Thank you, said Princess Tempest Shadow, who seemed to be very nervous around him.
You're welcome,
said King Sombra before turning to leave.
Twilight, I wish to talk to you before I go, if that is all you request of me.
Sure, you kept your word, said Princess Twilight, before going to a spot in the same clearing where they began this adventure to talk to him alone.
I had no reason to lie to you or break a promise. Look, I admit that in the past we were enemies, but I don't wish for that anymore,
said King Sombra, who seemed to be surprising her even more.
All I want is for you to accept me into your heart. I know you still won't call me father because of my reputation, and I am patient enough to wait for that. But please understand that I would not wish to side with, for you to side with good for if evil like I did. I just wish turned the right to be in your life.
I see. Then move away from the path of evil, said Princess Twilight, who knew that after that he was really trying to earn her trust, and so far he hasn't proven otherwise. I believe you really mean after what you did for me just now. Discord moved away from the path of the villain, so can you.
I see. If that is really what you want, then okay. But I must understand that one cannot change the magic that one uses like the path. What you and I have will follow us to the grave. Well, for me, that'd be a third time,
said King Sombra with a nod.
I won't try to reclaim my throne in the Crystal Empire and not harm anyone you care about, including the royal sisters, despite our history. But I reserve the right to do so if they do it to you.
I guess that's doable, said Princess Twilight, before his body started breaking up into dark magic bits that was going into the wind. Where are you going?
Just around. When you're ready to continue our talks, you know how to summon me,
said King Sombra before disappearing into thin air. He really is different than when we fought in the Crystal Empire. Oh, Celestia, I just committed necromancy and brought a villain back to life, thought Princess Twilight, who just realized she'll get the lecture of the century from Princess Celestia and her friends if they ever find out what she's done. To be continued.